My first adult film is hard to top because it was for Blacked with Jason Love.
You came right in, and that big dude, you came right out the gate.
That was it. That was my first one.
Were you intimidated?
I was so scared.
Were you scared of him or just scared of performing in the room?
I think in general, because there were so many people on set. This is back when like Vixen would have like a crew of 20 people. And of course, like the guys come in like 3 hours after you. So I'm sitting alone, like with my makeup done, like waiting for this man to like show up. And he shows up and he's humongous. And I'm just like,
Oh, you didn't know who you were performing with?
No. They didn't
So
tell
hold
me
on, but you
until
knew
the
Black
last
was a BBC.
Oh, well, I knew what that was.
But they didn't inform you who you're going to be performing, so you could look. Now, had you
like
looked
the
him up and
last
watched
minute.
his work, what would you have? And that was your first film. How did you come in and get in Black? That's not usually how it works. You jump right out way above.
Yeah. I got scouted by Lansky back in the day.
But what made I've interviewed a lot of female performers, and I've never heard them say, "Well, my first scene was Black." You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, because I started later and I like had the chance to like, you know, do my research on the industry, I was like, this right here is what I want to do. It's beautiful. It's well made. Like I want to shoot with them.
Yeah.
And I put in my stuff on their website. They have like a submit folder, and I submitted myself. Yeah. And they reach out to me and they're like, "We'll fly you out," because I was living in Paris at the time. They were like, "We'll fly you out to LA. Like, come here, come do this." I was actually in a contract with them for like 6 months.
Wow. So you were a contract star with Black. So when Jason walked in and you see this, I think he's what, 6'5" or 6'4" or something like that. When he walks in, what's the first thing that came to your mind?
Oh my God, I was terrified. I was like, he's going to break me in
You
half.
thought he was going to tear your ass up? Did you see his,
Before we shot, I mean,
you saw him with
while we
clothes
were
on
taking,
when he walked in, right?
Yeah, when we were taking photos before it all.
Oh, so you're taking photos naked?
Yeah.
And then he
and I was just
came
like, wow.
out. And what was that your first time encountering a BBC?
No. I mean, I'd been in sex clubs in New York for so long.
Oh, you were doing swinging?
If you can call that as a single lady.
Yeah.
More like the unicorn vibe, but yes, definitely.
Unicorn vibe. That's interesting. Why do you call it that?
Well, because I was single, so I was going around with like
unicorn vibe. I don't know the slang. You got to break that down.
Okay, so a unicorn is like a single person that goes around and like fucks with couples. The same way like a swinger would be like, you know, a couple fucking with another couple.
Right. Okay. I didn't know that. So you're informing us. So, what was the first thing he said to you when he walked on the set?
Oh, he was so sweet. Okay. Actually, he made me feel so comforted because he was such a big teddy bear.
Right.
He was just like, "Hey, I know this is your first scene, but like everything's gonna be fine. Like we'll take it at your pace." And I was like, "Okay, cool."
So when he stick it in you, your initial thought?
Oh my God, it was insane. I'd never felt such an insane amount of pressure inside my pussy.
Were you tightening up? Vagina was tightening up too?
Because I was like so tense and scared. Yeah. And of course, like the director I had was Laurent, which he's like screaming in French at me. He's like, "Look at the camera, like you must open up," and I'm like, "Ah!" It was terrifying. But I mean, the scene was so beautiful. And I think I shot like 3 scenes for Blacked and Black Bra that week.
So you did 3? Oh, all with him. So I'm sure the second and third time was a little bit easier.
Oh, it was way easier after that. Yeah.
Wow. Since we're on the BBC, we had Dredd in here earlier. What was your thought as his third leg was about to enter your body for the first time y'all shot a scene?
Oh, I was terrified of Dredd. I knew, like, I was like, okay, I could handle Jason, but then
Dredd was a whole nother league.
Yes, his dick's like the size of my forearm. Like,
it is time to stop the fuckery.
What did you do with him? What kind of scene? You did vagina penetration, or so no?
No. I'm still too terrified to do that with someone like Dredd.
Did he stick the whole thing in you?
Yeah. Oh, my pussy's resilient. I mean, there's a reason probably why Blacked put me in a contract.
Wow. Were you running? Were you running from him?
Who?
Dredd.
Yeah. No, I wasn't running.
Oh, you don't run?
What do you mean?
You don't run from penis?
Run from penis? Yeah. No, I don't run from
You've never
penis.
ran?
No.
All those guys you work with, none of them made you run?
No.
You never tapped out?
No.
Okay, that's good. Have you worked with Brick too?
No, I haven't worked with Brick. Oh. I think the one time I've ever had to tap out was with Pressure. And we were like 45 minutes into the scene.
Oh, so you were just fatigued?
Yeah, I was like, dude, I can't do this anymore.
Okay. Why, 45 minutes? Mm-hmm. Why so long?
That boy you can fuck.
Okay. 45 minutes?
Yeah.
That was with a condom on?
No.
Holy shit. You sure his penis wasn't numb? Jesus God. 45 minutes and he didn't get, was this a second round, third round? It couldn't have been the first round.
No, this was the first
Jesus
round.
God.
I think we stopped and maybe like went for another 20 minutes. Yeah, no, he was insane. The first time I worked with him was for Black 2. I was with Jax and Crusher. And what is it? We reached out. He reached out to me later on just to do content, and oh my God, I was not expecting like content to go 45 minutes. Normally it's like 15 minutes max. Like we don't have a team around us telling us to fuck longer.
Right. Wow. Skye Blue joining us on the Bougie Show.